Hello and welcome to the LEGO set review. This is a Star Wars set 75174, Desert Skiff Escape. I've always actually wanted one of these. Sail Barge is nice now, but it's too big for me. I don't have anywhere for it. But one of these is always something I kind of wanted. Quite like a lot of the Tatooine LEGO sets. I just haven't come around to getting any of them yet. So I finally end up getting one of these, and the last time LEGO released one of these was quite a long time ago, quite a few years ago, and the one we released here now has Han Solo and Chewbacca in the newer style, you know, new hair for Han Solo, and it's actually quite good. There's quite a few sets that have come out that include character with their newer bits. So even, for example, for someone like me, I have the original Death Star set. It's not too big a deal to go and get the new one for the minifigures, because I imagine most of the figures eventually will get certain releases via all of the other sets. So some figures that are not going to get released are probably someone like Grand Moff Tarkin or something. But who knows? He might appear in a Rogue One set eventually. So, yeah, and I like the new style LEGO 2017 boxes where all of them can be easily just cut the tape or peel the tape off, which peeled off quite easily without any damage to the box itself. So for collectors or people who might resell these in down the line on a rainy day or something, it's good. It's no more tearing up boxes. It's excellent. So kudos, LEGO box guy. Somewhere he's watching and the tears running down his face. He's like, finally, someone appreciates my hard work. Master Force, which still looks like the Force Unleashed logo, actually. And yeah, showing you a bit of the gimmicks and play stuff you get on the set itself. This set requires 0 sticker sheets, which is good. And the instruction manual is flat and pretty simple. Goes through 3 bags of LEGO kit, parts guide on the back, advertising the website, and of course a lot of Rogue One stuff they're advertising. Also a LEGO Life app. So I intend to get quite a few of these eventually and review them. I really like the Death Trooper set. I might get this just for the sake of Admiral Thrawn. I have a custom Admiral Thrawn that I made myself a long time ago, but I want the official one because it looks decent. And not going to bother with the Rebel set. This one doesn't look that good to me personally. The Jewel of the Fates one is pretty nice. I hate that they're milking Darth Maul, but that bit is... I have a soft spot for Phantom Menace toys. The film is but the toys I really like. Including some of the Naboo crafts and stuff. And this set's pretty nice too. This little base thing, it looks good. It's like a landing pad, and you got the little doorway there. It looks like a very nice... It could do a very nice sort of stage play sort of set piece. Which is what I tend to like with LEGO sets these times. They don't need to be really big as long as they, feel big with what they've got. So, first piece here we have sort of a mouse of the Sarlacc, but it looks okay if you just imagine this as a piece that's in the distance. That's fine. But if you look close up to it, it's not good. I don't like this piece too much. I just look at this as more of a bonus than the thing itself, because the gimmick is this tentacle here is attached to this piece here, which sort of opens up the piece, which is actually quite loud. So this whole thing wobbles quite a lot. So A, when it wobbles is not good because that doesn't look right. And B, what kind of gimmick is that? Am I going to put the guy in there? Not really. I'll put one guy in there, sort of, but it doesn't look that good. I would have much preferred if this was perhaps a slightly bigger piece where there was actual hole in there that I can just drop figures into it. Or have these 2 mouthpieces attached to a more solid articulated base. I don't need this sort of, this tentacle gimmick thing. I'd rather have just a solid piece to attach this stuff. It's not that good. And, with this pitch as well, the vehicle does have transparent pieces to support it, but it still flies next to this. It doesn't fly above it. I'm going to move this piece in now. You can see, yeah, it's hovering a little bit, but it's not taller than this. So if they're going to put this here, they should have had like a piece, at least for me to attach it, so it actually pops up on top of it. So it doesn't really work as a toy gimmick, so that's not cool. The craft itself, you see here, you got like 4 figures standing there. I'll focus. I'll put more detail into the figures later. So you got these two panels on the back right here, and you know, these attach on little hinges, so you can do them whatever way you want. So I guess you could sort of fold them away for storage reasons. That could be a thing. Just move it back up. I think it's down. That's the natural way it is. So you got those crafts going on, and there's actually a printed computer panel on the front, right there. Ooh, see, computer panel right at the front. And I keep knocking figures over. So there's actually a lot of space here. So if you do have any of the other sets, or have a Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker, he can really happily walk around quite happily. And for animators, there's a lot of walking space there, a lot of studs. As for the panel here, there's the gimmick here is that this extends, and they put some flat pieces there to simulate the sort of wooden metal style, like the brown metal style, and the figure stands at the end and they pop off. And there's also a hidden compartment here. You can put a gun in there. Just two studs to hold this up. So there's not much room in here normally, but they've made it long enough, and they've also used up all the space that they can just to hide enough useful area into this set. So this craft is really nice. I like it a lot, and having two of these would be really nice. Maybe perhaps the older one's a lot smaller as well. So if you have any of the older ones, this one's bigger. So it almost feels like that it's not replacing the other one, but adding on to the older one. So if you have the older one, it's like, hey, there's a bigger one, there's a smaller one. So it's like different vehicle types that can go together as a sort of team of vehicles. So I think it would complement the other sets quite a bit. As for the design itself, it's very practical. They didn't sacrifice anything just to stick a gimmick in there. There's no stud shooters or little spring-loaded stuff to ruin the design of the ship. It is as it is, as it should look like. So in that sense, this is really good, and it's what I prefer. I know Lego sets tend to be toys sometimes, but since this is still a set aimed at older people who have seen the film, an old film, quite a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. I think they made the right choice in designing this to be more of a practical Lego set that looks close to what it's supposed to represent, and that will definitely cheer up the more serious collectors or older fans of Star Wars. We have 4 figures in this set, and of course the main update here is Han Solo. Chewie and Boba Fett were updated a little while ago, and of course we have a new desert guard here, which he looks a bit weird. Like, he looks okay, but his face looks a little bit squashed for my liking, as well as Lego figures don't have nose for the most part, noses, but he has nose holes there, so he looks a little bit different from other characters. He has a battle axe right there. Take that off. I'm sure it has an official Star Wars name, but it's a freaking axe for God's sake. And the body print is decent. Leg print is a little bit iffy, but not too bad. I've seen worse. And the back here is okay. Let's see. Well, I almost say he could have done with 2-tone plastic legs, where they have 2 different colors molded into the leg mode to have dual colors. It would have been nice. And because right now his shirt just prints on the front, but it just sort of stops on the side, so it looks a bit crappy that way. And it's like once we've been spoiled with more printed legs on Lego, when we see Lego legs that aren't printed, it looks a little bit off. Back is okay. He has his hair bits printed there, but due to the way that printer works, the design just randomly cuts off on the edge there, and it just cuts the design off. It ruins it. We have seen Lego figures like Lubot from Bespin, Lando's like a robot-y cyborg assistant, whatever that thing on his head, that robot, that machine on his head, is printed all the way around. So we know Lego can do full 360 prints on their figures, but they only had to print a little bit more, and they wouldn't have cut the design. That's terrible. Or they could have redesigned this, actually drawn it to fit within the print space. That would have worked. So yeah, I don't like this side print, the way they've done it. That's a little bit crappy. Han Solo here, does he have a belt print? And no, he does not. He has pure brown legs, which is fine. And of course I've chosen his sort of eyes closed look, because he's, I can't see. Aim a little higher, a little higher. Boba Fett, where? And there's his normal face. I'm like, I can see a lot better now. No back prints whatsoever on him, which, you know, feels a little bit odd. Feels a little bit bare. Like, couldn't they print something there? Like just a little folds and stuff. Chewie has been out for a while now, and I gotta be honest, I don't like this design of Chewie at all. The colors just, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to give him some sort of fur gradient and, you know, little shine in his fur. But the colors, it's like white and black almost. Its contrast is too big. The silver paint on his, you know, ammo belt is fine, but the brown thing I'm not a fan of. I'd much rather they use a dark color print that you can barely see, or not print that at all. Printing the nose and eyes are fine, but this light color, I don't like it at all. You see, it looks a lot better on the back. Just no, don't like it. Prefer older Chewie. And finally we have Boba Fett here, which you also have seen in previous sets, this version anyway. And he has a piece of cloth there. His body and body print looks great. Let's see, his leg print is not good. It's no Lego, come on. I've seen bootlegs printed better than this. It's terrible. His hip and leg prints they feel faded, like slightly smudged or blurred. Like when there's printing, the figure moved a little bit and the printer went panic. That's not good. Torso print and helmet print is absolutely fine, so that's good. And this set does come with a full pack of a little helmet accessories, so you get something like 3 of these antennas, or 3 of them, or 4 of them actually, 3 or 4 of them, as well as little sort of sun covering visor pieces that plug in on both sides of the helmet and comes down. You usually see them or use them with clone troopers when they have the helmet piece coming down, a little, you know, sort of sun covering piece. So he's got all of those as well, just because they all come in a little bag. And speaking of clone trooper, he has his standard stormtrooper / clone trooper head inside, which you know, they could have just put a Jango Fett head in there, because that would make sense, but no, not putting that in there. His back print is also pretty decent. And here's a look at the back of the jetpack, which is also pretty decent. It is literally just a shame that his front leg print isn't very good at all. He does have pretty unique hand colors, so that's something for collectors. Speaking of hand colors, this guy as well, his head color and hand colors might be something that good for people looking for certain parts. Overall, the set isn't too bad, isn't great either. In fact, I think this is one of the sets that look better before you buy it. Like, once you buy it and built it, you might feel, oh, it's not as good as it looks in the box, or the booklet, or the adverts and stuff. It's okay. The main attraction here is the little desert vehicle, and that's really good. I like that a lot. It's just that the Sarlacc pit is a bit of a shame. I don't like that too much. It's not terrible. It's just, I wish they could have done something else with the design or the piece amount that they had. I'm sure it's some sort of mandate that in every Lego set they had to put some sort of play gimmick in there, and I'm glad they put it all in the Sarlacc and not in the desert vehicle. That would have been annoying to me if both things had gimmicks in them. I'm very glad with what the design did there. The minifigures are decent for the most part. It's great to get my hands on a Han Solo with his new hairstyle. The desert gun is pretty good. Boba Fett should be decent. At least this version of it should be decent. Except my version has pretty poorly printed legs. Also, one of his feet print is also slightly off center. It's just, look, Lego is expensive, and when people buy more expensive toys, they expect the expensive quality. And when I can get a Boba Fett figure that is almost 1/10 the price of the Lego figure, which has decent plastic and decent print, I'm asking, aside from licensing fees, why am I paying so much for a poorly printed Lego figure? So that's very annoying. But if your box comes with a fine Boba Fett, fine, hello, then that's great. Chewie is a design thing. I don't flaw that or take points of it just for, you know, the way he's printed. I don't like it too much. But so if you like the print design, great for you. I just prefer the older non-printed Chewie a bit more than this. But the figure itself is still a decent figure. And I wonder at what point will Lego change the design of Chewbacca and just like Boba Fett, split the top body armor bits, make the Chewie head a helmet piece and give him some fur body so that can actually rotate his head. That would be nice, Lego. get on that. We had to wait many years for a Boba Fett with articulated head. It got a little bit ridiculous. So yeah, an average okay set overall. Very nice vehicle, some nice figures, but it could have been classic. It just missed a few points here and there to stop it from doing that. And finally, again, I do wish that if there's a Sarlacc pit here, I really wish that it would have added some sort of taller transparent display pieces or to level up the vehicle so it actually matches the height of where it should be next to the Sarlacc pit. That's it for this video, and as always, I hope you guys can check out my other videos, hopefully with ad block turned off, or you can support me on Patreon if you think this channel deserves to grow, as well as my other animation channel. I have Star Wars animation there. And as always, you don't have to do any of that. Take care, have a nice day, may the Force be with you, and it's got to be said, first Star Wars video 2017, and rest in peace. Princess Leia will, miss you always. Take care, bye-bye.